Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah. I want to welcome you to Healthy Marriage Tips, where today I'm going to go ahead and start talking about handling marital conflicts. I know lately when I have been working with a lot of clients, I find myself having to continue to go over time and time again some basic rules for handling conflict. It's almost as if society never taught people, or that a lot of people never learned how to handle conflicts in a constructive way. I mean, we know how to have a temper fit. We know how to make threats. We know how to scream to get our way. But that is very different than working through disagreements in a constructive way. And I'll probably have to do several in a series here. But let me go ahead and start. My first concern is that of safety. You know, if you're having a disagreement with your spouse and your safety is in question, things need to stop when it becomes unsafe. Now, some of the things that would definitely make it unsafe, you know, if they are making threats, pulling out weapons, starting to throw things, that type of stuff, will throw things at you. I know that some families will go ahead and throw things in people's direction, or they feel relieved if they go ahead and break things. I don't see that as healthy. Yet I do know that some people do that. I'm one that tends to like people to go ahead and sit down and discuss what's going on when they're angry. Because I find something as simple as staying seated goes a long way. Because it's very difficult for someone to hit you when they're sitting down. It's when they stand up that you usually find a lot of the agitation and things start spinning out of control. It's also important to not block the exits during the midst of a talk, because some people, as you start talking and the tensions start increasing, they feel threatened, especially if the pathway to the door is blocked. So you do not want to go ahead and block the door. You want to remain seated. And there are several other things that are important too, and I'll need to get into those, but I wanted to go ahead and go over some of these basic structural ground rules as you get into it. Of course, when you start getting into the name calling, that's not going to get you anywhere. Threats are not going to get you anywhere. You want to avoid those. It does help when you let the other person know what it is that you do want from them. You know, rather than say, making accusations, you never clean up the bathroom. You know, that's going to come across as griping. It'll go over much better. I want you to start picking up your socks out of the bathroom, or you know, quit leaving your underwear hanging to dry in the bathroom. You know, or let them know what it is that you're wanting from them. Try to be brief. Get to the point. It's one of those things you want to go in, share what's going on, what it is you would like to change, and back off rather than drag it out a lot longer than it needs to be. But implementing a few safe things like that will go a long way. And some of the future episodes I'll get into giving them signals that you're listening, because no one likes to, you know, just be chewed out. And you also want to avoid any kind of machine gunning. This is where you just go topic after topic after topic, and you just hit them one after another after another. They get overwhelmed. So it's going to be important that you limit the topics, and I'll get more into some of those specific dynamics in a future episode. wanted to go ahead and start touching on this topic. If you have any comments, suggestions, or even questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll be glad to get to them. And feel free, if you have found this being helpful, to give it a thumbs up either on the Facebook page or on the YouTube page. If you need to reach me with questions privately, feel free to write to me, Jeff@restorethefamily.com. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.